Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in this fine young world. Alex, how are you? What's up? How are my fine peoples out there? Getting my first cups of coffee in. First cups. First sips of coffee in. At this point, it may need to be cups of coffee, though. Taeon, what's up? How you guys doing? Out in Facebook land, out in YouTube land, and out in Twitch land. Good morning. Craig, what's up? Obi, Kyla, morning. Yes, yep. Alright, let's get this thing rolling. Go! I know. Just be aware that we're still in the valley of the suck on this guy. We're still in the valley, deep in the valley. But to give you an idea, here's where we're going. Where we're at, where we're going. Yeah, it's important not to get discouraged in these early stages of fun stuff. So, yes, that's where we're at. If you would like to, and you missed the previous couple of episodes, you can go back to ZBrushLive.com and find my artist page there, and you can go back and find all of this fun stuff that we did. It was fun. It was good. Oh, thanks, Opie. So how long? We're about 10 hours into the project right now. It's about 10 hours. Again, this is all kind of, I wouldn't say final stage, but it's definitely secondary stage. Yeah, we're about 10 hours in. The idea for this guy is to do a video game model of him. So that's why I haven't posed him. I'm going to try to keep him in neutral position for as long as possible until I really can't stand it anymore. We'll see how long that lasts, though. We'll see. But today, we're going to continue to try to figure out the hips and this portion. Or I just may say F it and start working on the gun. Or that gun. I'm not sure yet. We'll figure it out in a second here. Oh, nice, Kyla. I hear there are lots of those video game maker nerds out there. This one. Alright, so where we were last time, I'll show you some of the really awesome reference that I've picked up along the way, and other people have pointed me to, since there is a lot of documentation on these guys. I'll just give you a quick look at some of the things that I have at my disposal, which is a maze. Because I got this. Yes, look at that beautiful reference. Oh, it's so good. No excuses. This is the no excuse reference. Lurking about. The other one is this one. Imperial Knight Kit. Look at this. Look at this juicy. Oh, you want this piece? Oh, check it. This is exactly how it goes. Oh, nice. Oh, you want this piece? Oh, this is exactly what it looks like. Yeah, here we go. Look at that. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. This is the gun that we're going to make for that arm. And then this is the other gun that we're going to make for the other arm. Can you feel it? Just... That's good. Yeah, so we got lots of good ref. So where we left off last time was trying to figure out what the heck this central shape was here. As you can see, give me the thing. It's a bit like, I don't know what's going on down there. What the hell? So this image and this image pretty much explains everything. So it's a sphere with like half of it cut out like that. So it's curved on the top here, but goes almost straight down here. So we're left off working on that, and then we'll try to get this little piece up here working as well. And then we'll try to get this little guy, and then maybe if we got time today, we'll work on the dangly bits. Oh yes, so definitely using live boolean. You want to see what it looks like without live boolean? There we go. Mostly I'm just using the boolean for the initial block out. Like this one's my favorite. Look at this. Look at this guy. Sting. But yes, live boolean is your friend. Very much your friend. Okay. So subtool. There we go. That one is right here, and this one is this guy. So what I was saying a minute ago, and now that we'll just get into it. This looks a little bit more like, so it curves in here, and then it goes almost straight down here, right? Curve in, straight down. So that's what I'm going to try to get. Right now it's kind of iffy. Alright, where's my thing? Alright, there we go. So I'm thinking maybe if we just something like this. Get a little bit more up there. Would you use live boolean to say create clean cuts when sculpting eyelids? No, I usually just use booleans for hard surface stuff. If I'm doing eyelids, I usually if I'm doing eyelids, I'll either use Dynamesh and just carve it out, or I'm typically using a base mesh that already has the eyes already molded in. Hannibal, what's up, buddy? Do I retopo live boolean pieces? I have a hard time with that and UV mapping them. Yeah, it depends on the piece. Let's say for this one, for this central piece, probably what I would do is I would execute the live boolean, so you just have this shape left, and then I would try to see what the geo, what the ZRemesher will give me, and if that doesn't do anything really awesome, then I'll just save that piece to retopo by hand. So there'll definitely be some pieces that I'll probably have to do that with. Okay, so that's okay for right now. Quick question: when you're doing retopo on clothing, do you do the inside and the outside, just in case? It depends. So retopoing cloth, if you're going to ever see the inside, then yes, I would retopo the inside. Like if it's like a skirt or something, or like a trench coat or something, like you would see the inside of that trench coat. So yeah, definitely would do that if there's ever a chance. Physics or anything moving like that, like I would definitely model in on the inside. But if it's like a jacket over a shirt, Like, I may just cut the whole shirt to just like this spot, and then leave a little bit of overlap, and then just literally just cut the rest of the shirt off under the jacket, and then I would just have the outer surface of the shirt. Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Harris? How you doing? Stark? Alright. So let's get some more details going. So he's got like these cool things coming in here. What else we got? We got some other details in here. Ooh, we'll see. Yep, only use what's seen. Only use what's seen. Alright, so we'll do these two pieces. Those thingamajigs. That's easy. Okay, so let's append. We'll just go ahead and append a cylinder. Grab this dude. I'm gonna make sure to turn my perspective off while I'm doing this. So just snap that to here. I'll snap that here. And then let's just let's get that. There's a couple of different ways that you could do this. The question is this one? Yes, that's a perfect spear. Okay, so that should be fine. Okay, that's not gonna work. Nope, wrong one. There you go. That's the one. So I'm hoping that I could get this to a position that it would just fall right over that. But thinking that may not work. We'll see. Actually, yes, that will work. Let's bring that back just a little bit. Probably a little bit bigger. Hold that up. Looks like his diaper, huh? Okay, so then what I would do is just pull that down. Pull that over. Okay, we got one. And then we'll just use Control Alt and drag that off to the other side. I kind of want them a little bit closer together. Actually, you know what? Instead of doing that, I'll just use Mirror and Weld. That way I know for sure that it's even on both sides. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is let's literally just cut off the top of those. Really don't want all the extra geo. I should have deleted that geo first. Let's do that. It's little things like this that kind of end up bugging me. So I'm just going to go into ZBrush and just delete those edges real quick. Nope, not that one. Ah, nice and clean. Okay, what I do want to do is I want to make sure that this up here is nice and clean. So what I'll probably do is just cut it off maybe like here. And then to do that, maybe what I'll do is I'll just mark this here. And then this side back here doesn't really matter. But let's do the even Steven. Okay. So then what I can do is... How am I going to get rid of all that? Pretty easy, I guess. So let's mark all this. Let's see if we can Q-mesh it. Polygroup all. Mark that one, and whoop! Oh, gotta love Q-mesh. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? You're like, oh, I'm gonna Q-mesh this down. Oh, just kidding, I just want to delete it. So good. So good. I got you. Sorry. Coffee's starting to kick in. Peterson. Hello from Brazil. Well, hello from California. Good morrow. Let's maybe make this just a little bit more prominent so that we can see it. Okay, and then we'll mirror and weld it. Like that. Cool. We got some details going on. And then what we can do is we'll grab this guy. We'll do group by normals. And then we'll go to geo, crease by polygroup. And then now we can do the thing. Make it all smoothie. Smoothie. Yes, smoothie. We like the smoothie. We like the smoothie. Sorry. What's up, Lewis? How you doing? More questions if you got them. Happy to answer lots of questions. All the questions. Well, I mean, maybe not all the questions. Just some of them, that's fine. Okay, maybe we'll try to just... so we're not going to really see anything back here. So the question is, do you put in the detail? That's never really going to be off of there. Alright, well, let's work on this duty dude. Duty dude? What's wrong with you? Okay. So, what we've got here, I kind of like. Initially, I was really wanting this to be straight up and down. I kind of like that it's crawling, angling in. How long have I been working with ZBrush? A long time, my friend. Probably. Let's see. I worked with it for a couple of years back in school in 2006 and 2007. And then I didn't really touch it again until 2013. So I've been fairly heavy into it since 2013. So that's what, 4 years? 5 years? 6 years? Something like that. Okay, so let's see if we can get this fun stuff going on. Right? This stuff. Right? That's fairly easy if you think about it. It's just a cylinder. Just a cylinder, and then it's got a couple of steps in it, and it got a couple of doodads off the side, which we won't really worry about those until the end. We got these little fun guys. Yeah. So there's one cylinder, and then we can just Q-mesh this up, and then we'll leave this separated, and then we'll pretty much do the inverse of it. And then, yeah, this is all Q-mesh and stuff. Q-mesh and stuff. Oh, I guess you will see some of this detail here. Let's do that first. Okay, so we're going to have this kind of thing kind of like ducked down here. So we'll do this piece. So we'll just do an elbow and then 3 little... The trick of this is going to be making sure that it's on the curvature of that sphere. How are we going to do that? I don't know. What do I do? People are watching. Just kidding. I'm a professional. I don't always know what to do, but I always do something. Here's what we're going to do. So we're going to take this dude, this fun Mamma Jamma, and I am going to duplicate. So let's duplicate that guy first. And then we'll just isolate him. Cool? So we got that guy. We got that guy. So that's this guy. So we're going to divide him a bunch of times. Let's just pull him to the top. Turn those back on. Okay. So we got that. Looks like underwear. Awesome. That doesn't look like underwear at all. Let's actually leave those on so that we can tell where we're at. Okay, and then this guy I'm just going to make just a touch bigger. Not yet. Okay, basically what I'm going to do, okay, that's not going to work, is I'm just going to subdivide the crap out of that one and then draw my mask right on it. Let's actually make it a little bit bigger first. That's fine. I'm going to use this as placement. You don't necessarily have to be really knowledgeable in robotics to do all these details. I mean, it helps for, you know, how things actually move around and that fun stuff. But since we have this really good ref, like it kind of makes up for that. All right, so that's my detail. I probably need a little bit more than that. So let's divide them one more time. And then there's our detail. That's fine. Okay, you stop that. Okay, thank you. All right, so then we've got nope. Am I going to be able to see that quickly? I want to know where the top of that is. Maybe I'll need to keep that. All right, so let's divide that one more time. I'm not going to be able to see that. Okay, that's fine. So I'm just going to blindly draw across the side here real quick. So we'll just kind of block it out. Okay, like that. And then, nope, that's not going to work. I do have to hold up first. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we got the central, this little dude. We got this little dude. Yeah, it's not really going to work. All right, let's clear that. Let's do this, and we'll just get our brush size exactly right size. Could go and model this in by hand, but I like kind of mixing up some of my tactics just to keep things kind of fresh. One more question. I graduated from college. Fortunately, I only got into 3D character modeling for video games last year, so I'm trying to do a portfolio around it. However, in the 2 projects that I found worthy to be in my portfolio, I haven't done any like game res of them, mainly because the time and complexity of the sculpt. Do you think it would be a good option to include in the portfolio a smaller project just to focus on game res, or showcase that I can also do it? The first question, Gigio, is are you going for character art? Do you like that's what I'm assuming, is that yes, you are labeling yourself as a character artist, and that's what you're going to present to the world as what you do. I'm assuming that's correct. Yes? Internship. Yes. Yes, I am. Okay. So what I would say is you're at the hardest part of your career right now, which is getting to the point where you're good enough to be hireable as a character artist. So the most important thing to people that would be considering you is for them to know that you can do the job, right? So it's beyond important to show that you A, know the full pipeline, and B, have done the full pipeline. So it's imperative that you have at least, to me, imperative that you have at least one full character gone through the entire pipeline. So show the concept, show all of your sculpt and your texturing and your UVs and your final renders of the character. It's so important to be able to show that. I know it takes a lot of time. Believe me, I know. But it's really, really important because you got people looking at your portfolio. The one question that they have when they're looking at your portfolio is, can he do the job? Or she. So you need to make sure that that answer is yes. Yes, he can do the job. Okay. And then you can do smaller little things. I think that also showcase that you know that full pipeline. So maybe you do a bust, or show that you can do heads really well. But I would say have at least one full character in your portfolio through the full pipeline. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go like this, and then we're just going to do group masked. Cool. And then we're going to hide everything else. And then we're going to, actually, you know what? Before we do that, let's delete lower. And then hide everything else. See how it's gross? That's okay. That's totally fine. We're going to delete hidden, and we'll do polish by groups. Just do a quick polish by groups. I got the basic shapes of what my shape's going to be. I'm not worried about getting things cleaned up yet because I'm going to ZBrush this the heck out of it. ZBrush. So let's do half, and I like 20 by 20. I tend to get some really good results out of that. So let's just do ZBrush. Let's see what we get. Okay, starting to kind of get in there. And now what I can do is I'm going to maybe do another quick polish. And then I'm going to come in with my move brush. And I'm just going to pull out some of these corners real quick. I'll get you a random ZBrush question just one sec, Zobra. So I'm just going to... just so I can... I'm not worried about the geo right now. Not worried about it at all. Okay. Okay. That's good. I just don't want to try... I'm trying not to pull it up too far off of that. So I'm trying to get myself at least somewhat close to tangent with the surface below. Okay, square that off. Square that off. Just going to pull this up just a little bit. Again, all that's not really going to matter in a moment. And the reason why I'm doing it this way is because I really want to keep that curvature of the surface. It's really difficult to get that. So if I use this type of method, alright, so then we'll do it by half again, so we'll ZBrush one more time. See, now it's going to start forcing it to clean it up. don't have to spend too much time. Maybe we'll do... I'm going to mask off these corners real quick. Watch this. And then we'll do polish by groups. That's just going to clean up some of these lines. Cool. And then we'll do by half again. Oh, buddy. Let's turn off symmetry. There we go. Maybe we'll do double. And then we'll do half. There we go. Yeah, it's doing some weird shenanigans in there, isn't it? Are we still... No, we're not. Okay. And we'll try to move this stuff around a little bit. Mask a portion, extract it, and then zero mesh it. It gets weird, undesired shapes. A mask, split masked, and then zero mesh it works fine. Maybe because the... I probably have to see it, Zoba, but it could be because when you split, you just have one-sided surface like this. You have one-sided surface. But when you use extract, you have a full surface. That may be it. Could be. Let's do this. Let's mirror and weld. Oh, that's why. Look at that. So let's mirror first and then mirror and weld. How about that? And then we'll Z-mesh by half. Okay, so what I'm going to do. How do you do... so, like, this right here is why I do live streams. Because in a tutorial, you don't get this type of stuff. You don't get like, oh, crap, why is this thing doing the thing? Right? You don't get like that like, oh, how do I figure out and get around this weird problem that I'm having? That stuff happens live, right? That's the power of doing live stuff. But I do also do tutorial stuff. But that's the power of live. So let's just do double real quick so I can see both sides. And you can ask questions. Absolutely, right? So here's what I'm going to do. It's acting weird. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just split these three off and just work on these two. And then I'll work on these three separate. Right? So let's do auto groups. And then I'll do merge similar groups. Okay. We'll do that. We'll do split hidden. Alright, so now these guys are by themselves. Let's go back to... Sometimes you just got to get out of the car, get back in the car. Still going to do it? Look, all of a sudden it's kind of working. I mean, the geo's kind of a little bit messed up, but maybe we'll do detect edges. Zero mesh. Still kind of funky. We'll do, how about alt zero mesh? Alt zero mesh. Still a little weird, huh? Ultimately, I don't really care, right? Because I just want this shape, right? It's this curvature that's really important to me, along with this shape. So maybe what I'll do is we'll just work with that. There we go. So the other thing that you can do too is if you don't like how things are, you can use your alt smooth. Alt smooth? What is that, Brendon? Let me tell you what alt smooth is. It's one of the best tools ever. Basically, if you use smooth, where you just hold down shift and use smooth, what it does is it kind of messes with this surface, right? It kind of smooths the whole surface down a little bit. I don't want that. What I do want is to change this topology without changing the overall shape of the surface. So what you do is you hold down shift and then you start smoothing, and then as you're smoothing you let go of shift And what that does is it tries to give an average of that area that you're trying to smooth based on the overall curvature of what is already established. See that? Now it's still nice and perfect. That's Alt Smooth using Shift. Alternate smooth. Yeah. So hold down Shift, start smoothing. Let's do that. Hold down Shift, start smoothing, pen down, lift up Shift, and then smooth. Still perfect. Right? And I think that's fine. That geo's fine. Whatever. Sometimes you just gotta let things go. Okay, so let's grab these guys. Let's see, use your mesh once. Yeah, that's okay. That's not terrible. Let's turn on our... Let's just shape this up real quick. Exactly what you needed. Nice. The other thing to be really careful about when you're smoothing or when you're using Move Tool, if you go down to draw size 1 and try to move, it will move the whole thing. You don't want that, right? You don't want to move this thing. So always make sure that you're at least 2 and above, because then it'll move it. Interesting. Okay, so let's shape this guy real quick. Okay, we got that nice, and then we'll just get a nice corner in here. And maybe what we'll do is just kind of fix up this outer edge a touch. Just do some nice broad strokes. And then maybe what we'll do is just mask these guys off real quick. And then we'll do another polish by groups. FYI, polish by groups is in deformation tab, polish by groups. So you can find it right here. Polish by groups, right there. Yeah, man. That's why I do these. That's why I do them and get up early for you guys. Cool. Now I got some good geo. Decent geo. This little tail right here is kind of bothering me though. Maybe what I can do is just grab that. Nope. Just grab that and pull that ever so gently down. Okay. So now what I can do is I can use my handy dandy ZModeler brush. And then I don't need Symmetry on for this. I just grab Q Mesh, polygroup all. Whoop! There we go. So I want to get that depth. Whoa. Whoa, where'd you go, buddy? Where did you go? Cool. But then you're like, well, it's kind of hovering up there. It's kind of hovering up there. Well, that one's easy to solve as well. We can just hide everything, grab these guys back here, and then we'll Q-mesh this. But while I'm doing that, I'm going to hold down Shift. And that's going to not give me an extra edge. It's just going to move or extract as we go here this way. So just make that a little bit deeper. Easy peasy. You're like, well, maybe this is sticking out a little bit too much out here. Well, that's easy too. We just do the opposite, the same thing that we just did to the front. So I'm going to hold down Shift, and then I can actually move that in and out. But I want to make it somewhat thick so that we can make sure it reads from far away. Alright. Thanks a lot, really helped. Another thing is I have no idea if I'm up to standard for a person who only worked for a year in ZBrush and that already wants to go into the industry, mainly because my degree doesn't really focus on 3D but general multimedia arts. So I'm pretty much going blind into this. And as he said, is the hardest part is why I'm kind of freaked out, but thanks a lot for the help. I mean, yeah, here's the thing. You're doing what you want to do, right? Like, character art is what you're, I would say, passionate about. The whole, like, passionate about thing has gotten a bad rap lately, but I still think it's really important to be passionate about what you really want to do, because it's that passion that keeps you thinking about new things and keeps you thinking about that thing longer and coming up with new ideas and staying invigorated in doing the work that you have to do to get good enough to be able to be employed by doing that. You know what I mean? So it's really important to stay freaking excited about it. You know what I mean? It honestly, I mean, I don't like BSing people, but it's tough, man. Your competition are the guys that are out there working right now. I'm your competition, technically. Frank Zhang, lead character artist of Naughty Dog, is your competition. Raf Grassetti, I think he's art director now. Is he art director at Sony Santa Monica? He's your competition. You gotta be that good, or at least, on your way to get that good. It takes time. It takes a lot of time, and a lot of patience, and a lot of mistakes. Yes, he is. But that's how you got to think. That's like, yeah, I thought he made art director. So I'm just gonna move this in, and then I'm gonna grab this one, hold shift, and then pull this out a little bit. But that's your competition, man. You got to be that good. And the only way that you can be that good is to spend time working on your craft, right? And one of the only ways that you can get that good and spend that much time on that particular craft is to be in love with that craft. It's gotta not consume you, but like, man, you gotta think about that stuff all the time. Okay, so now we've got curvature. We got those pieces. You know what I could do is I can see maybe, just maybe, it'll work now. So ZBrush, Zero Mesher, Detect Edges, will do same. Look how nice that cleaned that up. Sometimes you just got to get around your current obstacle. What I do want to do though is I want to get rid of these guys. I don't need those edges. Doop. Okay. Does that kind of help? GGO. The important thing is not to get discouraged. There will be a lot of time that you spend as in what Ryan Kinslin calls the valley of the suck. And that's okay. Because that happens in the professional world every day still. Alright, that's all fine. Whatever. Alright, so let's start working on this next piece. So I'm going to take this dude. So yeah, I'd say don't get discouraged, and B, just work hard, make mistakes, but make mistakes fast, learn from them, and keep moving. Just keep going. There's going to be plenty of projects that you're like, oh my god, I suck this. Why am I doing this? Oh, guess what? I do the same thing every single day, even when I'm at work. We all do that. So another thing, so kind of what I want to do with this dude is, so this is kind of straight across. That's really kind of boring. Make mistakes early, make them often, but learn from them and move on quickly. Oh, you'll still make mistakes. You just hopefully won't make the same ones. Nice, dude. What part of EA? So what I want to do is I want to angle this. So really all I have to do that is I need to take this whole side and just scale it down a little bit, right? I can do that. I could totally do that. So I could just take this side. So let's just tag all of this, and then we'll go to scale, poly group all, and then we're going to do poly center. Okay, and then make sure that I'm on. And look at that. So just like that, I can come on, give me the I'm just gonna have to guess. We'll try that. There we go. Not quite. A little much. Still a little much. Just a little bit. Why are you snapping? Look at that. Why are you snapping? I don't like that. Use a character model or something like that. Hard to count money and eat bacon and donuts at the same time, but I'm pushing my way through it. Good to hear, Doug. Good to hear. So maybe what's happening. So sometimes, based on how far you zoom in and zoom out, it will do some snapping. Like if I come in here. So maybe what I can do is zoom in a little bit. Let's see if that works. There you go. Done. Oh, snaps. I think maybe what then I'll do is I'll actually pull all this out just a little bit so we can see a little better. So instead we'll do scale. So we'll do that uniformly. Cool. That feels a little cooler. Can neither confirm nor deny. I cannot say. Okay. So let's get on to the fun stuff here. All right, so I'm gonna take this dude, and I'm gonna duplicate him, duplicate, and I'm gonna put him into this folder. Okay, so now I have that dude, and then what I'll do is, okay, this is our piece. So let's take a look at this guy. Let's see what his geo looks like. So I'm just going to delete all these guys for now. Couldn't agree more with everything you just said. Honestly, what makes me scared is that I don't know how good or bad my work is and what I can improve on because I don't have professional feedback. Feedback that I have are my own mistakes and trying to fix them for people that don't even work in the 3D field. Yes, I'm conscious that I've only worked in the area for a year. For this time period, I feel like I've done a good job, but comparing myself to other people, I still... That's the tough thing. All right. So GGO. That's still GGO. Right. So you nailed on the head. So you can spend all the fun time and pay for all the fun tutorials and follow the exact steps, and you do the thing that looks good and you're like, oh, I did the thing and it looks good. But that was because it was based on somebody else's idea and somebody else's design sense. The most important thing that you have to learn is developing your eye on what looks good, what is good design, right? That's the thing. That's the hardest thing that you're gonna have to do, and really the only way to do that is just it takes time. It takes a lot of time. So, and that's probably your most valuable asset is your design sense. Does something look good? Does it feel good? Um, and that it just it takes a lot of time. So one of the things I did early on in my art career was to establish um, artists that I could go to for direct feedback. Because when you're trying to get like really good quality feedback from social media, it's really tough, man. It's really tough. Very tough. Even in forums, it's tough. Um, the way that you'll get better results is to establish your own network of artists that you can send work to for feedback. The benefits of that is um, you get direct feedback from somebody that you know or like their work, um, and you're growing your network. You know what I mean? So early on, that's what I did. Okay, so this is gonna be bigger than that piece. Let's see. Okay, yep, that's fine. So that's one of the things is to set up your own network of people that you can get feedback from, and then study, dude. Study the crap out of design. The other question too is, you know, yeah, okay, I'm a character artist, cool. But what are you? What kind of character artist are you? Are you a hard surface character artist? Are you a more organics based character artist? Do you like doing clothing? Do you like doing robots? Do you like doing? So there's lots of subcategories even within character art. Are you somebody who does really awesome heads? Are you a hair artist? Are you a texturing guru? Uh, so there's lots of subcategories in there too. So not even just focusing on character art, but like what do you like doing within character art? Because that's what you get hired to do, right? Now, it's not necessarily just, oh, you can make a full character, cool. It's like when I look at your portfolio, who are you? What do you do? Like what I want to, oh, I need a head guy. That guy, he does really awesome heads. But he can do all the other stuff too because he's shown it, but he's awesome at heads. Oh, this guy does amazing like robot dudes. Let's go to that guy. We need that guy. We need, this project is going to be, crazy Warframe style. I need to find somebody that does that. But make sure that when you're deciding what you want to do, that's the shit that you love doing, because you're going to get hired for it. Yeah. Uh here's what I use Facebook for when I'm posting stuff is just to get a super general pulse on initial knee jerk reaction to my art. That's all I use it for. Is it something that like it's so usually like when you're scrolling through Facebook and you see something, you're like, your first reaction is, oh, I like that, or I don't like that, right? You're like, oh, it's okay, or holy cow, that's cool, like, you know, or maybe it gets completely ignored. You just never know. But I only really use it for initial knee jerk reaction. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to take this dude and I'm just going to... Let's hide him. Let's go back to this guy because I want this open area here. Okay. So we've got a thing. The question is, does this... What's up, our Baxter? How you doing? Does this have enough spans to be fine? Yes. I think if we have a normal map on here that's smoothed out, I think this will be enough geo. We won't really get into much trouble. Okay. So, what I'm going to do then is let's go to our handy dandy ZModeler brush, and we're going to do insert single edge loop. And this is going to be, I don't know, let's say there. Okay. And then we'll do QMesh, polygroup all. That's fine. Actually, we don't want polygroup, we want polyloop. And then this will come up like this. So this will be, this width right there will be this max width here. Well, actually, it looks like it kind of like dips in a little bit here. So maybe it'd be this. So I'm looking at this step. It's not, it looks a little bit more, right? So let's undo that. So let's say maybe there. Oh, oh. Polyloop. See if that feels. That feels a little bit better. So we'll say that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do scale again. Polyloop. Polygon center. And then we're just going to scale this guy in a little bit. So we want to get maybe even a little bit more. So we'll do polyloop. Whoa, buddy. There we go. So we kind of got that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to see what these little tags are. So we've got, let's say, one in the center, probably one on the sides, and then one that splits that. Cool. Oh, that's interesting. How did that happen? Oh, because it did the center of the geo, that's why. So we'll do scale polyloop, and then we'll do mesh center. That should do, there we go, that's the one we want. Cool. That's fine. Alright, so we'll grab the front of this dude. So the front is this guy right here. So I'll probably end up doing 2s. Now, what I'm going to do is do it. So the question is, do I want this separate? So polygroup all. Do I want it separate? Or do I want a part of that? And then do I want to step in that? Yes, I want to step in that. So what I want to do is I want to do insert edge loop. So this probably goes up about half. And then what I can do is do that. Right. What's up, Quantum? How you doing? It's a little bit too thick, though. I really want a flat side on there, not an edge loop. So let's undo that. Yeah, the Hey, what happened? Flip vertically. There we go. Yes, concept is awesome. Warhammer 40,000 Imperial Titan. I think a regular sized dude is about yay tall, right here. Something like that. Maybe a little bit smaller. Or Space Marine is about that tall, so it means like a regular person is about this tall. Something like that. Could be wrong. Okay. So Warhammer's amazing. What we need to do is maybe we could just rotate this whole thing by like enough. It's kind of dangerous to do that, but whatever. I like living dangerously. I also like living dangerously, which actually this is okay, I think. Maybe we rotate on a snap. 5, 10. No, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna go until I don't see any. That's probably close enough. There's no anti-aliasing here, none here, and just one little guy right there, but the anti-aliasing is telling me it's fairly close. That's fine. I'm okay with that. We'll fudge it. Totally fine. Okay, so now what I can do, though, then, is let's insert that edge loop again. And then we'll grab this dude. Whoa! Not that one. Let's do single poly. And then we'll pull them up like that. How does that feel? That feels better. Is that closer to the right size? Yes, that's closer to the right size. It's a little bit wider at the base. So we'll see what we can do about that. I don't think that one's tough to figure out. Okay, so then what we'll do is we'll just go click, click, click. So what that does is it remembers how far up you went on the previous ones. Okay, and then we also want, we don't have an even span. Oh no. Whatever. We'll do click into clicky. Cool. Done. So then what we'll do to fix that is we'll use slide on the point. So slide, and then we'll just slide this guy in like that. And we'll slide this guy in like that. Slide this guy in. And we'll slide this guy in. Yeah. We'll just need to do that on all of them. Which, whatever. We'll just kind of eyeball it. It's fine. Maybe we'll just do it like this. Or what we could do is we could just scale each one of these. So let's try that. So we'll do scale, polygroup all, and then we'll just tag these guys. What I don't want is to like that. See? So we'll do polygon center. There we go. And then we do axis center. It's a little bit funky, but maybe we can like Q-mesh these down too. So we'll go Q-mesh, polygroup all, and see if we can just pull these guys down. So I'm using shift. Look at that. Ah, smart. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, you guys, everybody still there? Everybody still connected? Cool. That feels good. Alright, so I think this feels a little bit too thick. So I'm just going to grab this. We'll do poly loop. And then I'll hold down shift and just raise that up just a little bit. It's feeling a little too thick on that one. Cool. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a little bit of detail in here. Oh, you know what else we got to do? We got to do these little doodads. So same spot, we'll just do these guys. Okay. So we'll do the test one first. We'll just do this. We'll do single poly. And we'll just pull that out. Nope. It has a little step in here, so I'm going to do insert edge loop about there, and then we'll pull it out. Does that feel right? It's close. It's close enough. That's right. It's got that little step right there. Cool. Just making sure that my my chat didn't go dark. Oh, awesome. Okay. My focus is getting internship as soon as possible, just because I think that I'll end up getting one I learned more than 2 weeks than I did in a year. Yes. Internship. Yeah, but that's what you got to shoot for, Gio. Is just go big, man. You got to go big. You got to shoot for the highest spot. Yeah, that's life with advice. I'll try to find some people to give good feedback on my art station mainly. I won't bother you with my life suggestion anymore. I truly appreciate it. No, man, it's okay. It's I mean, that's why I do this type of work on my own time. You know, I'm not getting paid to be on here. I take time out of my day to come and teach and show this stuff and hopefully inspire people in the right ways, you know. So anytime that I can give you know, life feedback and career feedback and stuff, it's a joy for me. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try group by normals. That looks kind of cool. Look at all the pretty colors. And then we'll do crease by polygroup. So crease by polygroup. And then now I think if I do dynamic subdiv, let's turn that off real quick. And then I just needed to, so go into polygroup. Okay, we'll just do crease. Just do crease like that. I'll just crease these edges real quick. It's a very, very tough it's a tough road that you're on, you know? And anytime Okay, why is it doing that? Do I uncrease that? Nope. Do I crease that? Yes. I have to crease that. Whatever. I'd rather just crease that real quick. When I was starting out back in 2013, the industry was way different than where it is now. Gumroad wasn't out. Basically, all you had was digital tutors, and figure it out on your own. There really wasn't much, if anybody doing live stuff on Twitch or anything like that. So yeah, that's cool. Cool. So we got that piece. Gumroad? Hey, you ever heard of Gumroad Secret? Gumroad was not a thing back when I started again in 2013. But I've actually been working in 3D since 2001. Gumroad. You used to use digital tutors. Oh, that was the good stuff, man. Gumroad is a site where you artists or people can sell tutorials or things in small little chunks. So if you just like, it's mostly tutorial stuff. There's a lot of like, is that a chicken? No, it's not a chicken. He kind of looks like a little chickeny though. You can check out my Gumroad if you'd like. I actually have one tutorial in there. I think he's a little bit too thick. So if you just look up Gumroad and then put in my name. Here. Oh, wait, what? Gumroad. Brendon. Isaiah. Bengtson. Here. There you go. You take a look, see that. So it's just, I mean, you can basically look at, you can search almost any artist, and they'll have a lot of Gumroad stuff on there. The thing about Gumroad is that it doesn't have a, or at least it didn't used to have a storefront. You kind of have to do your own search by character, or by artist. Alright, let's keep going. Alright, so then we need to do the next piece, which is basically an inverted piece of this, right? So let's try that. And it's the first link. Nice search engine optimization. It's because you spelled my name right. A lot of people switch the T and the S. Like, no, it's not. That's not it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let's dupe this guy. Duplicate. Okay, and then we're going to... let's do that. Okay, and then we'll just rotate that. Doop. And then we'll put that dude up there. And then, Stefan, I can't read that, so if you're trying to speak to me, you have to do it in English. And we're just going to offset it just a little bit like that. And then what we're going to do, so it's got like this a little bit, it's a little bit different shape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just scale it a little bit. And then we'll scale this piece down here. Alright, so let's do, scale it like that. Okay. Yeah, man. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this dude, grab our poly mesh, and we'll do scale at mesh center. That's going to work. Yep. That may pose an issue. Now let's see what it does. Grab that. Nope. I want to move that guy out. Let's do that. Actually, let's do that. And then I want to move this dude out a little bit. Okay, I think that's good enough for now. Let's put it back into perspective. Let's see how that's feeling. If it feels a little too samey, I may Oops. Let's grab this dude. Let's isolate. And then this guy doesn't have these little thingamajigs. So let's just grab G. And then we'll do QMesh, single poly. And then we'll just do that. Doop, 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 doop. Okay, that's good. Okay, and then we're gonna go delete Edgeloop. So delete Edgeloop. We don't need that guy anymore. And then we're gonna uncrease these guys. So we'll just do crease. We'll just uncrease these guys. I think we uncrease that too? No, we won't uncrease that. Uncrease those guys real quick. The other reason why I do a lot of live stuff is to show what it takes and how long it takes to do different levels of work, right? A lot of people, I think, get the misconception of, oh, it doesn't take that long to do work, you can just whip this out real quick. Like, no, not at all. It's tough, man. It takes a lot of time to do this type of stuff. Okay. I think what we're going to do is try to get these pieces in. So I'm gonna do pretty much the same thing I did with these ones. So I'm just gonna make the underlying shape, and then we'll just mask out this shape, extract it, ZBrush it, and then make it into Geo, and then extrude it with QMesh. That's the plan. And then you just mirror and weld. Right, and then this one we can just take right from here. So we can just take this shape and then just dupe it down, pull it back. Easy peasy. So let's get that shape. First, we need to look at a couple of different views. So So it rolls back, which is cool, but it does this little outer dip. So like, I think this little outer dip will end up doing at the end. Maybe we can just do that really quick. But so it'd be easier to do this round shape by establishing the base shape first. So let's do that. I can probably just grab that same sphere as well. So we'll grab this sphere. We will duplicate. Okay. Then we will just going to bring that down to say there. I want to make sure that it's the curvature is correct. This is a little bit tricky, is trying to get the curvature correct first without knowing what the piece is. You know what I mean? I think that may be it. So I'm really just kind of worried about this flow here, which I can't really see it, but I think that's okay. Let's do that. Alright. Let's turn perspective off. I'm just going to subdivide this a couple of times. I think 4 was enough last time. And then we're just going to kind of eyeball this piece here. Before I do that, though, what I think I want to do is let's start a new one here. And then let's append in a box real quick. Grab this guy. We'll just looking to cut off the top of this guy real quick. Alright, so then we'll grab this dude and we'll do negative shape. Okay, cool. Then I can use that to mark the height. Right, so it starts right about there. And then I'm going to grab this dude and I'm going to duplicate him and move him down here to show about where he ends, which is right about there. So it's about that big. So I'm going to grab this and make it just a little bit bigger. We'll invert the mask, grab this guy, move him up just a little bit. So I can leave a little bit of a border on the top and the bottom. Cool. So then I am going to turn on Symmetry. And let's do the thing. So we've got, oops. It comes down here like this, kind of does a swoop in, and then another swoop, and then comes across. And then kind of comes in, and then comes out, and then comes down, and then in. How does that feel? Not quite right. I'm going to take a little bit of time, oops, just to kind of get this right. Maybe comes in, comes down, and then comes down again. Not quite. Comes in. That feels a little bit better. Now I'm not looking at this overall line, I'm looking at the outside of this line, if that shape is correct. It feels okay. So the outside of this may need to come down a little bit. This may need to be a little bit more curve there. And actually I think this guy comes up just a little bit. A little bit more like that. And then sometimes it just takes a couple of times to draw the shikaka out. So again, I'm just looking at the outside of this. Okay. It's closer. This doesn't feel right. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. We're going to cheat a little bit. Okay, so we do like this, and then I'm going to go like this, and then I'm going to use see-through. Oh, cheater. Cheater, cheater. Alright, we'll do that. Well, I got that height almost correct, didn't I? I love it when it's that close. Something like that. Okay, cool. Now we can just... I hope I didn't lose your chat again. You guys still there, okay? That's so much easier. Look at that. Easy peasy. Done. Done ski. Like a real production artist. Yep. Cheat early, cheat often. Like a true production artist. Isn't that the truth? Isn't that truth? Alright, so let's just fill all this in. Let's clean this up just a little bit. Sharpen that edge a little. Yeah, I'm Intuos 5 is what my tablet is. Okay, cool. Done, done, done. So let's do this. We'll grab that. Alright, we're going to do group masked. We're going to delete lower and hide everything else. Sure, that looks good. Okay, delete hidden. Do a quick polish by groups, and then we'll do zero mesh. We'll do half. We'll do 20 by 20, and we'll see what that looks like. Cool. Alright, we'll shape up some of these edges real quick. Use my move tool. Come on now. So we'll just sharpen these up real quick like. Okay. Cool. That's fine. Let's pull these guys out just a little bit there. Pull that one out. Pull this one out. Put this one in. Dope. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is just going to mask these corners real quick. Let's just do this. Whoop. Go to that. Okay, mask that. That one's done, that one's done. Okay, mask this guy. This one will just clean up just a touch. Mask this little corner guy, and then we'll do polish by groups. Polish by groups. Alright. Done. Nice. And then we'll do same, and then we'll do one more zero mesh on it. And usually what that'll do is that'll clean up the edges nice and tight. Cool. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Before we do this, we're going to duplicate this guy. Okay, we don't need this guy anymore. So let's delete that guy. We don't need him. That's fine. This doesn't need to start anymore. So we'll do this guy. So we're going to duplicate him just to be able to save this shape. So in case I need to get back to it. I'm going to duplicate it actually one more time. Okay, so then this one, what we're going to do is we are going to I'm going to get rid of, oops, take it off Symmetry first there, smarty pants. I'm going to delete half of that. Let's get rid of that. And I think one more edge loop here. Okay, got rid of that. Cool. That's really what I want right there. So let's delete hidden. And then mirror and weld. Okay, so that's what that's gonna work. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to move this off of the center just by a tad, and then if we duplicate, then it gives us that space. Now I saved the other one, this one, because what I want to do is just have this piece, and that'll be the piece underneath. Alright, so let's delete hidden on that guy. Let's grab all of this, Symmetry's on, and then we're just going to nudge all this stuff down just a touch. So that's about straight, totally fine. Alright, and then maybe mask this off. And then we'll just pull this up. Okay, and then we'll do a quick zero mesh to this guy. So same, 2020. See what that gives us. Cool. So we got that piece and that piece there. Alright, so then this guy I can literally just take down, pull back. And we can get an idea of that step. It looks like it's got a different type of step. Actually has this piece in it still. So I'm going to go back and instead of deleting all this, I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep it. So we'll just undo that. It's totally fine. Okay, so I want to keep this. So I think what I'm going to do is just get rid of... Yep, that's fine. Nope. Nope. Give the right button there, Brennan. Jesus. Okay. Actually, we want to keep all of this. So let's keep that. That. And just grab this corner. Okay. Then that's correct. There we go. That can be. That could be a thing. Maybe mirror and weld. No. Delete hidden first. Mirror and weld. Cool. And then maybe we'll do polish by groups. Before we do that, let's mask this. We'll mask this. And we'll mask this. And then we'll do polish by groups. Didn't really do much, did it? That's okay. What's up, Side? How you doing, buddy? So I think what I want to do is I want to move all of this up. Like so. And then maybe we can make that curve a little bit bigger. And then let's see if that works better. Why are you turning off? What are you oh, that's why. There we go. Cool. That's kind of what we want. I think the bottom shape can be done a little bit better. Let's see if we get a good reference real quick. Where's my ref? Yeah, see, it just kind of like, it doesn't come out here. It just does this little flare like that. So I think we can still be okay with that. Maybe what we can do is do some nudging. Let's clear the mask first. Okay, I think this whole piece can kind of go back in like this. I'll ZBrush it again real quick just to kind of clean up all this stuff, which I think will be fine. Not worried about destroying all of this stuff at this moment. So the inside, I can just do the alt smooth like this, and then I'll ZBrush one time to clean up on the outside. It's no problem. No problem. It's going good, man. It's going good. Alright, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a trim cut. Then we'll just do, let's just trim it off just like that. Dunsky. Oops. Okay. And then maybe what we'll do is we'll do one more ZBrush. Geo. ZBrush. We'll do same. Oof. That was not why. Let's see. Okay, what are we doing here? Detect edges? No, it does not like that. Okay, so let's try this. Grab that, we'll grab that. We'll do smooth. And I think that's actually okay. We'll just take this guy. Oh, we got a triangle. Oh, maybe that's why he doesn't like it. So maybe we'll try 50 by 50. We'll do same. Yeah, it really doesn't like that. Alt. Whew. Doesn't like that at all, does it? Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to grab my Z modeler brush. Let's turn off symmetry. And then we're just going to do polygroup all. Oh, that's why. It's doing some weird stuff up there. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get rid of... yeah, that's fine. We're going to get rid of these two top ones. Delete hidden. And then, now we'll do it. We will do half. Go back to 20 by 20. It doesn't like it at all. No, sir. Don't like it. Okay, so we're going to work around it. We'll just do that. There. Oh, that's why. That might be a good reason why. So let's delete that. And then we'll do ZBrush. Haha! Quick save is usually because you have a ton of stuff in there. Like, right now I only have 1.4 million. I would try to get your scene size a little bit smaller. Maybe if you're using layers tend to take up a lot of extra bandwidth. So if you can get rid of some of your layers, that'd be good. So the other thing too is I could go through here and just delete some shikaka by hand, right? So let's go to edge, let's do delete, complete edge loop. And I can just get rid of some of this. I don't need all of that, right? Maybe I'll do every other one. So do that, oops, that. So you can, even if your ZBrush doesn't quite give you the stuff that you want to, doesn't mean that you can't go through and delete some stuff by hand, you know? I don't need all that geo, especially if I'm making game res. Maybe I can just delete every other one. Don't need that one. Nope, don't need that one. So there you go. Can we still do another? It might be closer. Let's see. Get rid of that guy. About that guy. That guy. And that guy. It's closer. What about this guy? Then maybe what I can do is slide Edgeloop partial. Edgeloop. Let's see what Edgeloop complete looks like. There we go. Maybe I can do that. Not bad. I think maybe even we would do it even further. So let's go delete. Okay, maybe we can delete that guy. Nope, maybe this guy and that guy. Cool. That's actually a lot closer. Maybe we can... Let's do slide. Edgeloop complete. Maybe we can just scoot a couple of these guys up. And just even out some of that geo. There. Game res. Done. And it still has good curvature. Yeah, I think that's okay. Alright. Now, let's get it back into this dude. I think we can try half. Okay, that's closer. It's okay. Maybe try half again. I think that's alright. Yeah, I think we'll leave it there. That looks good. Okay. Obviously it's out way too far, which is fine. What's up, game? Alright, so then let's give this some thickness. Polygroup all. Maybe something like that. It's going good, man. It is going good. So maybe this guy will do the same thing. So about yay thick. Alright, so here's the little trick. So this one, it looks like the inside of this is like touching, but the outside edge loop is a little bit further away. So it's almost like they're angled towards each other. I can actually do that. Pretty easy. Alright, so sometimes if you do an extrude and you do it one way like this, it kind of goes on the inside. Super easy to fix. All you gotta do is go to display properties and do flip. Done. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is, so I want this distance to be shorter than this distance. So that's pretty easy. All I gotta do is go to edge, and then we can do slide again, and then this time we'll do edge loop partial. And that should just take this whole edge. Like that. You see that it's kind of airing down here. Let's do both sides at the same time so we can judge. Judgy poo. See, that's giving it a little bit of weirdness down here. And up there. That's fine. It's fine. So what we can do is maybe let's try just masking that off and then doing it, and then we'll do those ones by hand. So we kind of have a little bit of an opening in there. That's cool. Thanks, man. Nice game. Okay, so then what we'll do is we'll do point. So let's grab our point. We'll do slide. And then we'll just maybe slide this point back this way. And then we'll do the same thing for this guy. So point, slide. What that's doing is going along this tangent here. So if I drag down, it'll go along that tangent. Done. Is it hard to learn what brushes to use for some hard surface objects? I think if you have a fairly good understanding of traditional modeling and like how that all of that happens, then yeah, and all this stuff becomes fairly easy to understand. It looks like quite a lot, but you know, if you hover over a face, you get all of your context for polygon actions. You know, if you hover over an edge, you get your edge actions, and then if you hover over a point, you get point actions. So each one of them is fairly self-explanatory, like bevel, bridge, crease, all this stuff. Inset, mask, insert nanomesh. Ooh. A lot of these stuff I don't even use. Sometimes I use inflate. Q-mesh I use the most. Scale, and I use insert point, insert. I usually don't use insert polyloops into polygon. That's interesting. And then this is your target, right? So whatever you want to do, how you want to do it, and then your modifiers. It's actually fairly easy. Since looking a little too faceted, I'm gonna just undo some of this. So I want to keep a little bit more of that. That shape. Oh, cool, man. What I would do, Gamefluencer, is do a quick Google search for Pixelogic. God, what do they call it? What do they call it? I'll come back to it in a second. No, it's not documentation. They did a live broadcast. What do they call that freaking live broadcasts? My words are completely failing me right now. But just look up ZModeler, Pixelogic ZModeler presentation. And they did like a couple years ago. They did a whole like 2-hour presentation on all of the stuff that goes into ZModeler Brush. It's really handy. I actually go back to it myself sometimes. You know what? We should probably save. We haven't saved all morning. Okay. Yeah, man. It's really helpful. Okay. And then... Ooh. Okay, Q-mesh. Alright, that's inside out again, so we'll just flip that. Done. Okay. So we'll do group visible. I'm going to combine it with this guy. But before I combine it, what I want to do is just do group visible. So I want this to be one polygroup, this one to be one polygroup. That way they both can live together, and I can move them at the same time, but also I can keep them separate because they have different polygroups. So I'm not worried about the history anymore. I'm satisfied with where it's at. So I'll grab this dude, and I'll grab this dude. So I'm gonna push him up quick, and then we'll do merge down. That's fine. Okay, cool. There we go. Now I'm gonna just move this guy into place. Dope. So now, because I did it with the extraction way, now I have this really nice curvature that I really want to keep. That's really tough to do. If you try to model this flat, it's really tough to get this nice, super nice curvature. So that's why I always do the base shape first, as if this was extruding off of a shape, and then just extract and Z-remesh. Okay. Feeling pretty cool. Then what we can do is, eventually we're going to have to make... Why don't we do this real quick? We got a couple minutes left. I think I'm going to make an insert brush for all of these screws. I think that's what I'm going to do. Just make an insert brush, and then we can literally just go in and drop them wherever we need to, and it's geo. They'll end up probably having very similar UVs. I think all this needs to come down a little bit, actually. Down just a touch. Cool. So let's do that real quick. How to make an insert brush. So first off, I'm going to append a cylinder. So we'll start with that. Let's turn off that, okay. And then you hit make awesome bolt. Alright. So let's take a look at what this is, right? So I'm going to just go quickly delete all of these. Let's use key mesh. Alright, let's just delete Edgeloop complete. So just stop it. Stop it. Make it. Extract a sphere, Z-remesh, or squares, deformations with Z-monitor. What's better? So what's squares deformation? Is that in... typically, if I want a nice curve to the surface, I'll extract off of the base shape first. Oh, primitive square. It really depends on what your target is. But for me, to get those nice curves, I typically will just extract off of a base shape, like I did for this one. I did it for this one, I did it for this one, and this one. So like this was a cylinder, this one was a sphere, this one was a cylinder. Okay, we're gonna make it a bolt. Make it a bolt. Quickly, quick bolt. All right. And see, maybe we'll do something later. So what I'm gonna do is, you know what? Let's do this instead. Maybe we'll use initialize. We'll do Q cylinder. Where'd that guy go? There we go. So you can do it this way. We'll do maybe an X. No, Z. There we go. I want in Z. I don't want that. Okay, that's actually closer to what I want. Maybe we'll Say 5 by 5. Nope. Let's say 4 by 4. Nope. 3 by 3. Let's try that one. Nope. 2 by 2. Try that one. That's exactly what I just had. Okay. I think that's alright. That could be a bolt, right? Okay, so what I'll do is, the question is, how much detail do you want in all these bolts? You probably don't want too much. Let's do group by normals. Let's get rid of this dude. I don't need him. So we'll do delete hidden, so that we can save a bunch of polys back there. Now most of these, they don't have like a hex pattern on them, right? So we don't want to do that. I think it's basically just like a dome. It's like a rivet, right? So maybe we do want, let's try 3 by 3 again. Alright, so instead of doing it this way, because I don't really like how this is happening, like this side is bigger than this side. Man, I like it. Nope, don't like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to just a cylinder. So I'm switching my tool over to the cylinder. And you'll see that I'm missing a lot of options here. It's because it's a primitive right now. Right? And you see in the initialize, I actually have full control over how this is. Right? So maybe I do, let's try maybe 8. 8 side. I like 8 side. That's cool. I don't need any of those subdivisions. Let's try 0. Okay, 3. That's fine. 4. Okay. Maybe an inner radius? No, don't want that. Size is okay. We'll do line Z. I think that's... Yeah, maybe we'll try 10. So it's 20 polys per 20 polys, or let's see, 30 triangles. 30 triangles, not bad per bolt. It's still a little bit much, but we'll kind of work with that. So I think that's okay. We'll do that. So then we'll do make polymesh 3D. So now it makes it into an actual thing. So you can see the initialize actually changed to that. So we go back to our this guy, this dude, and then we can just append in that new one. There we go. Now we can do edit. So I got all the spans that I want. It's all equal. I'm happy. Okay, then we'll do group by normals again. We'll get rid of... Nope. Okay. Oh my god. What are you doing, dude? Okay, cool. That's good. Delete hidden. Alright. And then we'll want to make this a little bit shorter, obviously. We'll just grab our modeler brush. We're going to do QMesh poly loop. And then I'll just bring this back to about yay. And what I want to do is I want to make this, I don't want to make these edges 90 degrees, like this 90 degrees from this. So what I'll do is we'll do scale, we'll do poly loop, and we'll do mesh center. And then I'll just scale it in like that. So, right, so then at different angles we'll be able to see more of that shape. It's interesting, right? So let's test it real quick. Let's test it down here. So, see, as it gets smaller, those edges don't matter as much as it gets a little bit more rounded. Yeah, that'll work. And what I'll do is I'm going to end up, because right now it's kind of got that flat side. The problem is that there's no normal map on this right now. So once I have if you bake this around a sphere, it'll actually even out all of those normals to make it look like a sphere. So this geo can hold a normal that is rounded that looks like a rounded cap. Maybe what I'll do is that size is okay. Alright, so then let's isolate this guy real quick. Let's turn this guy back on. And then what we can do is we can take and grab just this, and then we can we'll give it a little bit of oomph, just like that. So it's got a little bit more. Yeah, and if I do a dynamic subdiv on it, there you go. So I think that'll work just fine. So that can be my insert. Alright, so how do you make an insert? Pretty easy. Just isolate what you want. And then let's go maybe just auto groups. We can get rid of the groups on that. And then we will go to brush, create insert mesh. I would like to make it a new one, and then boom, there's our insert mesh. Then we can do so here's the cool thing now. So let's say I want this dude. And I can do insert mesh just like this. Right? And what it does is it snaps to the normal of this surface, which is pretty cool. So if I keep my brush size constant, let's say I would keep it at 3. If I hold down and hit Control, it will snap to my brush size, which means that I can go and drag, hit Control, drag, hit Control, drag, hit Control. So I can make sure that each one of those is the same size. Pretty slick. So maybe I actually want this to be, let's try 4. Try 4 right there. And then we'll have 1 up there. We got 1 here. We got 1 here. We got one here. We got one here. Yeah. Yeah. So then what I want to do maybe is I'll just save this out. And then we'll call this bolt. Titan bolt. BIB. Done. Alright. So now it's called Titan Bolt BIB. And I can just do, the next time I load up ZBrush, all I have to do is just hit load brush and go grab that. Or I can put it into my library, whatever I want to do with it. But I think that's going to be it for today, boys and gentlemen and ladies. That is going to be the day. That'll be the day. That was fun. This guy I don't really need anymore. I will keep him though. Let's grab this dude. And we will delete. Okay, that one we're just going to leave off. We'll keep him. And then this one is actually needs to go in here as well. Cool. Yeah, that's good. And then we can go and put those bolts all over this, all over the stuffs. Yeah. So we got most of the hips figured out. Yeah, I think we're cruising along. More soon. If you would like to, if you'd like to go back and watch any of these previous streams to catch up with where we're at now, you can go to ZBrushLive.com and find my page, Brendon Isaiah Bengtson. That's me. And there should be all the past broadcasts there as well. Or you can go to the Pixelogic's YouTube channel. They'll have a lot of the old ones there as well. There's also a lot of other great artists. So take a look at them and follow them. I'm not sure who's up next. Someone is. Maybe not today. Maybe tomorrow. Not sure. But stay tuned. If you're not following the Pixelogic Twitch channel, I highly suggest giving that a follow. And if you'd like to give me a follow, you can just find my page at the bottom there. Over there. Over that way. Right down there. Right down there. There you go. And, yeah, so I hope you guys had fun. I hope you guys learned a couple things. But most of all, I hope you're inspired to go make your own stuff. Make it cool. Make it awesome. Then delete it. Make it again. Make it better. And do the stuff. Alright, guys. Hope you had fun. I will see you soon. Later. Peace. Bye. See ya.